Good morning, students. Welcome to your science class. Let's start the very first chapter of your science textbook, that is nutrition in plants. Before I start the chapter, I have a question for you. And the question is, do you need food? Do animals need food? Yes. And the answer we all know is yes. Every living organism on the earth need food. You cannot survive without food. Even right now, I am talking to you. I am spending my energy. I am using my energy. This energy that I have in my body is come from food. Basically, the component of food. So, the component of food are known as nutrients. As you already studied in your previous class, that is in your 6th class, here are 5 basic nutrients. That is carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. Water is also an essential component of our food. These all are come under nutrients. Now come to the nutrition. Nutrition is the term that arises from the term nutrients. So simply, nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body is called nutrition. Or we can say the way we eat the food, the way we take inside the food, the way we utilize the food in our body is called nutrition. Or simply we can say the intake and the utilization of food is known as nutrition. Is it clear? Some organisms like plant, some bacteria prepare their own food by using water, carbon dioxide and minerals. But the other animals like human being, rabbit, tiger, lion, etc., they cannot prepare their own food. They directly or indirectly depends on plant for their food. So, on this basis, nutrition is of two types. First one is autotrophic nutrition and second one is heterotrophic nutrition. The organism that can prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide, water and minerals are known as autotrophs, and this type of nutrition is called as autotrophic nutrition. Like some bacteria, all plants prepare their own food and are also known as producer. On the other hand, the organisms that obtain their food through the intake of organic substance or intake of plants and other animals are known as heterotrophic. heterotrophs, and this type of nutrition is known as heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophs are also known as consumers because they consume already prepared organic food. Some animals like rat, grasshopper, rabbit, deer, etc. they directly feed on plants, grasses, etc. They consume plants. But the other animal like snake, tiger, lion, even human being, they feeds on other animal. So they directly consume organic substance. That's why they all are considered under heterotrophs or consumers. So these are the types of nutrition or mode of nutrition. As we say, plants are autotrophs or producer. They produce their own food. But the question is, how do plants make their own food? So the answer is photosynthesis. Plants prepare their own food by the process known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants prepare their own food by using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. These are the four major requirements for photosynthesis. Is it clear? Let's understand the process of photosynthesis by a short video. Let's go. As we already know, human and animal eat other animal or plant as food, but plant cannot. Then how do plant obtain their food? So the answer is plant prepare their own food by the process called photosynthesis. Only green plants carry out photosynthesis. Is it clear? Now, what is the process of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is made up of two words. First one is photo, which means light, and second term is synthesis, which means making or putting together. During photosynthesis, the leaves trap sunlight and use it to make sugar molecule like starch. Light energy is changed into the chemical energy and stored in starch molecule. Now, to carry out photosynthesis, plants require four things. First one is light energy from sunlight, chlorophyll. Second one, third one is carbon dioxide, and fourth one is water. Now, photosynthesis begins with the light striking on the leaves of plant. Both sunlight and artificial light from the lamps are suitable for photosynthesis. Is it clear? Now what is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is a green pigment which is present in the leaf cell. The chloroplast absorb and store the energy from light, and stored energy is then used for the production of food or food manufacturing. Now, carbon dioxide and water are the raw material for photosynthesis. Now, from where carbon dioxide is obtained? Plant absorb carbon dioxide from air. The carbon dioxide enters the plant through pores called stomata. Stomata are present on the leaf surface. Stomata, carbon dioxide travels to the chloroplast where it combines with water to form glucose. The combining of carbon dioxide and water utilize energy stored in the chloroplast. Plant absorb water from the surrounding soil with the help of root hair. Water absorbed by the root is then transported to the leaves through the stem and branches. Here is the equation that explains the process of photosynthesis. Glucose, starch, or sugar are the type of carbohydrate. In this equation, we can clearly see that carbon dioxide and water combine in the presence of light and chlorophyll and form carbohydrate, whether it is starch, glucose, sugar, etc., and use as a food and release oxygen in the environment as a byproduct process by which food is prepared by the green plant during photosynthesis. Plant absorbs sunlight, use carbon dioxide which enters in the plant through stomata, small pores which are present on the surface of leaves, and water is absorbed by the roots from soil and transported to the leaves, and they combine in the chloroplast and form sugar or carbohydrate or glucose and release carbon dioxide in atmosphere. This is the whole process of photosynthesis. Is it clear? This is the diagram of stomata. Stomata are the small pores, tiny pores which are present on the surface of leaves. They are surrounded by the two cells known as guard cells. These two cells are known as guard cell. Is it clear? And this small opening is known as stomatal opening, from where carbon dioxide enters inside the plant and oxygen is released out in the atmosphere. Is it clear? Now the question is, the leaves other than green color can also form their own food, can also have chlorophyll. So the answer is yes. The leaves other than green color also have chlorophyll, because the large amount of red, brown, yellow or other colored pigment mask or cover the green colored pigment. That's why they appear in different color. Photosynthesis can also take place in these leaves because chlorophyll is present in these leaves, but it is covered by other colored pigment. And the second example is of algae. You often see the green slimy patches in the pond or any water body. These are formed by the algae. This is the diagram of algae. This is the picture of algae. Algae contain chlorophyll and can also prepare their own food. This is also a producer. Is it clear? Now, synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. Plant can prepare other food items other than carbohydrate. They can form protein, fats other than carbohydrate. Protein is a nitrogenous substance, that is, it contains nitrogen in it. Nitrogen, as you all know, nitrogen is present in large amount in the atmosphere, but in the gaseous form. Plant cannot use the gaseous form of nitrogen. So, here are some bacteria present in soil that convert the gaseous nitrogen into the usable form of nitrogen. Or farmer can add different fertilizers which are rich in nitrogen. So, plant absorb these nitrogen, usable form of nitrogen from soil along with water and use it in making protein. Is it clear? And this protein is stored in the form of beans or their fruits, pulses, which are rich in protein content. All are obtained from plants. So, the plant form protein and stored them in the form of peas, in the form of pulses, etc. Is it clear? Now, come to your classwork. Your classwork contains 2 questions. First question is, why do organisms need to take food? You all know food is needed by the organism because it helps in the proper growth of an organism. Food provides energy for the movement such as running, walking or raising our arms. Or food is also needed for replacement and repairing damaged part of our body. Is it clear? And the second question is, give a brief description of the process of synthesis of food in green plants. You know that green plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear? So here is the answer. Green plants have chlorophyll in the leaves. The leaves use carbon dioxide, water to make food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So here is the equation of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide and water combines in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight to form carbohydrate, that is glucose or starch, and release oxygen in the atmosphere, which is used by us, which is used by other animals for their respiration. Is it clear? So this is your classwork. Now come to the homework. Your homework also contains 2 questions. First one is fill in the blanks. First fill up is, green plants are called since they synthesize their own food. So you have to fill the right answer here. And the second one is, the food synthesized by the plant is stored in the form of which component? Here you have to fill the right answer. Third one is, in photosynthesis, solar energy is absorbed by the pigment called, name that pigment from which solar energy is absorbed by the plant. Which pigment is responsible for the absorption of solar energy? You have to write the name of that pigment. You already know plant absorbs sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment, green colored pigment. Now come to the fourth question, which is, during photosynthesis, plant take in and release. Name that gas which is taken inside during respiration and which gas is released as a byproduct during photosynthesis. You have to write the name of that gas. which is taken inside or released outside. Now come to the second question, which is mark T if the statement is true and F if it is false. True and false. First statement is carbon dioxide is released during photosynthesis. Is it true? No, because you already know carbon dioxide and water combine to form carbohydrate plus oxygen. So this statement is wrong because carbon dioxide is not released during photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is absorbed during photosynthesis. Is it clear? Second statement is plants which synthesize their food are called saprotrophs. No. As we discussed earlier, that organisms that prepare their own food are known as autotroph. So this statement is also false. Third one is the product of photosynthesis is not a protein. Yes, you already know the product of photosynthesis is carbohydrate. Fourth statement is solar energy is converted into chemical energy during photosynthesis. Yes, solar energy, the energy which obtained from the sunlight, is converted into the chemical energy during photosynthesis. Yes, this statement is true. So this is your homework. I hope you understand what we discussed in this video. Thank you.